So today is Sunday, July 7th, 2019. It's around 6:30-ish in the morning. And we're in the backyard. Get some outside time. Because first thing we do in the morning is we go outside and we go potty. Yeah. And we sniff all the sniffs that have come over the night. Anyway, I'm also updating because there is a new possibility that I have to consider. So, I have 4 cats and 2 dogs, and there is a certain amount of upkeep involved with that number, and I have opportunity to send at least anywhere from 1 to 3 of my cats to live with my brother's friend who needs barn cats. Now the barn cats they'd have the barn to, be out of the elements. In addition to whatever they caught and killed, they'd also be getting fed, cat food and stuff, and cared for. But I don't know if they'd be getting any petting or snuggles or human interactions anymore, really, other than, getting fed and whatnot. And so I debate because both Remy and his sister are always eager to try to dash outside, but then they also do return at some point. So, they choose to come back in eventually. But part of the problem is I live on a busy street, and there's hawks in the area that at some point might decide to have them for dinner. So having them outside is not ideal, and I did not let him outside. He is, especially when I'm this and whatnot, and even forewarned, trying to keep him out, but still let the dogs out and not fall or break my leg or something. It's very difficult. So the good thing is that Remy, especially, wherever he went, he really, really loves Chloe. And because of that, I can usually get him to come in with us when Chloe comes in, because he wants to be with her, because he'll groom her and he loves her. So on one hand, them becoming barn cats like 20 miles away, on the one hand, the pros. Okay, so the pros are, if I just had him and his sister go, so I would have half the cats to feed and half the waste to clean up and half the creatures destroying things with their claws and whatnot. Also, because Remy can be kind of a bully to the other cats, so there's, cat fights that occur because he picks on his sister, but he also picks on the other two because he's a jerk. They'd get to have the outdoor time that they so desperately seem to crave. I know that they're both good hunters because when they used to escape from my old house, there was a steady amount of dead squirrels and whatnot. So I know they got the skills. Let's see. So they get like I said, the freedom of getting to hunt to their heart's desire, but also getting fed. So it's not like their life and death dependent on whether or not they catch anything, because they'll still be getting provided food and water. And like I said, it would save me the grief of one day these guys dashing out and getting run over by a car or carried off by a hawk or something, or just never to be seen again and wondering what happened to them. I think that's all the pros. The cons are, of course, I'd miss them. Also, Remy might miss Chloe because he's, like I said, very fond of her. Especially Remy is a very affectionate cat. He'll sleep with us, curled up between you know, like the dogs, or he'll lay on top of me, or he'll be between me and like Chloe or something, or he'll at least spend part of the night laying with me, and then during the day he frequently will jump on me and kind of plop over into my face, kind of like stand on my chest and plop over and basically demand pets, especially because he loves tummy rubs. He is one of those few cats that he actually wants a tummy rub, and it is not a trap. He will not like attack you for doing it. He wants, he will let you, like, if you can get him to like kind of lay on his back like this, you can actually just like shoof 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 shoof, and he loves it. So obviously if they become barn cats, they're not going to be getting that human interaction and affection that they enjoy. But I also don't want to overvalue the human interaction as far as, you know, I don't know, overvalue myself in the assessment of what they care about the most. I think he has gotten into the neighbor's yard, because I thought he was over right here, but he must have gotten under or over the fence when I wasn't looking, so he's over there now. Luckily, their dog is a not a terrier, oh crap, I forgot what the, Yorkie, it's a Yorkie. So it's tiny, so I'm pretty sure Remy could take it in a fight, so I'm not really worried about, and it's not in the backyard right now anyways, but I'm just saying, even if it did, it's not like there's a Doberman over there or something. So anyways, look at this baby. So anyway, so it's like I said, the cons are they won't really be getting human interaction anymore, so they won't be getting the snuggles of a human and the petting and brushing of a human. They also won't have to, I don't know as far as like vet checks and stuff. I was told he would take very good care of them, so I'm assuming if he saw them injured or sick, he would, you know, take them to the vet to get treated and whatnot. But they, so Remy wouldn't get to see Chloe anymore. I don't think Chloe would be as affected by Remy not being around, because she does notice notice Remy to a certain extent, but she's not overly obsessed with him or anything. I mean, I definitely say especially if you watch the video of Remy loves Chloe, you can tell he's way more into her than she is into him. Oh, hi there, Remy. Come on. Whoops. Chloe, is that the kitty? Whoops. Let's not do that. Oof. But like, you see how he came back because he wants to hang with us. What? Come here, Remy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Remy. Anyway. Oh, another pro I thought of is they won't have to use a litter box that might, you know, will like share their litter box, because I'm assuming they'd be just kind of going outdoors wherever they felt like it, which I'm going to put as a pro, because I mean, even in my life, like if the humans could just kind of, well, it'd be gross in that with humans did it, because, you know, you'd have to be like watching where you step all the time. But I mean, as far as, there's been times where it's like, man, if I could just kind of just go here without having to worry about decency laws and decorum and all that stuff, there's sometimes it'd be kind of nice if I could just go wherever, you know. So I do kind of, it's like with like guys, like how guys can pee so much easier than girls, because girls gotta take off some stuff, whereas guys just gotta unzip, which is way more convenient. Oh, look at him. But I thought of a couple more pros, just because I'm trying to get, like I said, the full value of whatever. One is, I might have less likely to have stuff like that happen to me when I'm trying to recover from knee surgery, but Remy seems attached to just jump on my knee and like walk across it and jump, like use me as a bounce, like a boing, to get to somewhere else. And so I got a little bit of a claw mark right there, which luckily it's not across the incision marks, but still not ideal. That's like I said, on the pros for me. But just like with Shelby and her bladder issues, the pros to me aren't as important as the pros and cons to the actual animal. That's why with like Shelby, yeah, if I didn't have her, I wouldn't have to necessarily have as many things covered with waterproof things and have to do, laundry as frequently to, freshen those up and swap them, and I wouldn't have to do as frequently carpet cleaning, furniture, upholstery cleaning, and etc. because of her bladder issues. But as long as she's happy and healthy otherwise, and she's not suffering, she's having a good life, I'm willing to, deal with that. And I would the benefit of having her far outweighs any of the negatives. So I feel like I shouldn't count the pros that are pros for me as much as the pros versus cons for the actual animal. So with Remy, like I said, he'd get to be outdoors all the time, which, him and his sister obviously love the outdoors. He'd get to hunt as much as he wants to, but like I said, without the penalty of starving or anything if he can't, because he'd have a human providing him food and water. He would be in an area that's not full of hawks. By the way, that's not a hawk that I'm trying to find right here. It's just the bird's got like an alert system whenever the cats are out. There he is. That's who's making that noise. So as far as, like I said, his pro of, like I said, he can hunt as much as you want without the negative of starving or going thirsty or whatever, if he doesn't catch anything. And he would still have shelter. It would be a barn, with other animals in it. So there'd still be like body warmth and stuff. It just wouldn't be like a climate controlled house. And I'm still waiting on an answer if there would be really any human interaction or not, because I don't remember if Jim has kids. So I don't know if there'd be like anyone to go out sometimes and like pet them and play with them and whatnot. So basically the pros are hunting as much as he wants without consequences, being outdoors without the problem of hawks, or being run over because it's in the country, or in the in a more rural area. And the cons are basically he might not get the snuggles that he's accustomed to. So, like I said, it's like a lot of me's leaning toward having them go, even though I will miss the snuggles because he is one of the more, especially Remy, is one of the more snugglier of the cats. But I worry that, like I said, the cons, my reasons against are maybe more for my like lack of having him anymore and that kind of thing. And I don't want to pick not to send him because of just that I'd miss him, because I want him to have the best life he can. But then I also don't want to send him just because, I'll have half the ways to scoop, and I won't have to worry about him dashing out anymore, and I won't have to worry about him getting run over or carried off by a hawk, and I won't have to worry about him beating up the other two cats, and etc. So it's a hard decision. Also, just another update as far as the this coming Tuesday, the 9th, will be my first day back at work. Because Tim managed to fix my car, so it doesn't sound like a jet engine anymore. It sounds like a normal car. And like no longer having to worry that any moment the exhaust system's gonna like make that rope break and fall and just go all over. So that's good. And so I'll, be back to work and we'll see how that goes. There might be another update, and I might make another update between then and now, but just that's the info that was put in front of me yesterday was that Tim's friend has, like I said, like a farmy type, like a farm or something, and like 20 acres. I don't know. No, wait, it's 20 miles away from me, I don't know how many acres or whatever, but it's like a big old thing, and it's got a barn and stuff, and he wants barn cats, and so they thought of me that might give me a place to, you know. So just, that's what I've been debating in my head. Anyways, it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna end this now. Plus, I've rambled way too long. I don't even know if anyone's made it to this point. I'm almost like, hey, maybe if you have a YouTube account and you've gotten to this point of the video, leave a comment to let me know someone actually made it this far. Anyways, over and out.